Hey folks, Brian King here. I hope I'm audible over the plethora of floor fans I've got going because it's getting warmer and I don't regulate body heat well, so that's how we roll here. I wanted to share not so much a new insight, but one that just keeps being reinforced in my life and has, I think, finally gotten through this thick nugget of mine. And that is the importance, at least for me, being so highly verbal, of really utilizing language to process my emotion. Because when I try and figure it out or gain perspective in my head, it's just a no-go. I end up making things worse. It ends up turning into a rumination or a preoccupation or something that just makes it worse by keeping it in my head. And typically, I benefit from really just talking it out, talking it through, letting the words hit the air, letting myself hear them. It helps get a little perspective. Sometimes that's not the best thing in the situation, or it's not accessible to you. The people around you have got their own tensions and they need quiet and they're not available to process with you. So last night I was going through some emotional stuff and I was grumpy and bitchy, and the people around me were feeling it, and unfortunately got the impression I was mad at them because I wasn't thinking clearly, I wasn't articulating myself well. You know how that goes. So what I ended up doing was retreating to a private area and just journaling the hell out of it. And what I found is the more I journaled, some of it was venting, some of it was putting language to the emotion, trying to really capture what my brain was telling me was happening. That's the key, is it helps give you a front row seat to your own narrative. What are you assigning blame to if you are? Where do you think the power is? Is the power outside you or is it inside you? Are you capable of taking action or are you only in a position to have things happen to you? And when you journal this all out, you can look at it. Because you don't journal to edit. It's not something that someone else is going to look at and grade. You journal to give yourself some perspective, to see what words you're choosing. How are you, like I've been saying, how are you interpreting your role in things, if any at all? And the more I journaled, the more I realized just what was happening with me, that I was feeling fear, I was feeling insecurity, I was feeling vulnerable, and I was hating it. And once I was able to identify just what all the different moving pieces were, I was able to figure out what I wanted to do to move through that and move beyond it. Now, I didn't do it in a matter of seconds, of course, but at least it gave me a sense of direction of where I needed to go. And this morning, I'm feeling better. I have more perspective. I have more confidence because I realized what my brain was doing and why it was doing it. Had I kept that in my head, I likely would not have found the perspective. I probably would still be gripey today because I still would have had that cloud of emotion and I wouldn't have put anything concrete to it to give me some way to manage it. Make sense? So my tip, whatever you want to call it, is talk it out or write it out, but don't keep it in. Because the more you do that, the more you run the likelihood of just exacerbating the issue and stoking the fire, when what you really need to be able to do is see it for what it is, work through it, move beyond it, and hopefully learn from it. So I'll let you go for now. Thanks for watching. Make sure you comment if this is useful, or ask me to record about other issues. And by all means, share this with anybody that can benefit. So until we chat next, thanks for being you.